All right, folks, back on the Bossman Show. Richmond Spires head coach Chris Mooney going on his 18th year at Richmond all these years, man. Coach Mooney, how you doing? Good to talk to you again.
It's great to be here with you. I really appreciate you having me on.
Anytime. Coach, we ask kids, man, did you ever imagine being here 18 years, going to your 18th season, man, after how this business coaching is, being in one place 18 years, doing what you've done there?
I wouldn't have thought of that. I mean, I loved Richmond, and I'm from Philadelphia, so I kind of knew of the program, and I knew I would love it. But just that amount of time at one place in college basketball just seems impossible. So I'm really happy to be here still, and really proud that we're still representing Richmond.
No doubt, Coach. You've had 11 winning seasons in your time there, 7 win seasons. I mean, just talk about how your program has been consistent, winning program out there in Richmond, man, bringing in the right guys for your culture and keep churning up, because we all know it turns over all the time. But somehow you keep it going all these years, man.
Well, yeah, I think one thing, not that it gets easier, but once you have something established, a style of play or the types of guys that you like, or recruiting based, that again, it doesn't make it easier necessarily, but you kind of know where your focus is, and hopefully you're going to recruit guys who do fit, and they're from the areas, and guys are similar to, players who've had success in the past, and you have a bit of a model there. And so that's what we've tried to do, is try to make sure we continue to recruit good players that are from good programs and have good backgrounds, and hope that they can be successful here.
Now, Coach, being from Philadelphia, being in Richmond, there's so many guys in that Northeast Mid-Atlantic region to bring in down there to you guys, because you're all not that far from DC, not that far from the beach either as well. So talk about the location and just knowing that Mid-Atlantic Northeast area to find the dominant and the rough guys who may get passed over by the Big East, because I'm playing for y'all, you and the A-10 down there.
Right. Yeah, no, you're right. Where we are is a great location. I think we have I think we've had a player from Richmond, Virginia, every year we've been here. I think we have Jason Nelson as a redshirt freshman point guard. I think he's our 8th guy from Richmond. So right here in our own city, we have great basketball. And then, as you said, the Washington, D.C. area, maybe the best area in the country for players. The rest of Virginia down to the Carolinas. So it's a great place. It's also a very recognizable place, a place people realize is really beautiful campus, easy to get to place. So there are a lot of advantages being at Richmond for sure.
No doubt, Coach. I was going back to last year in March, man. I mean, I told you off air, man, I watched you in my hotel room. You all had a 5-game run defensively. Out there, 18 tournament in the NCAA tournament, where you held guys under 65 points defensively. That's a heck of an effort. And it was close games, too. Tough, hard those games. Talk about the grit of your team and how you lost those last 2 games of the regular season, but you turned it on the tournament defensively, went down DC, had a good run there, and got in the tournament, and defensively has played your butts off, man.
We really did. I think a big part of our team last year, of course, was the experience that we had. And we had 4 super seniors, and all 4 of those guys had 2,000 career points going into the bonus year. And so when you have players like that who are committed and come back and just so dialed in and focused, a lot of things are going to have a chance to go very well for you. And I think we were a pretty good defensive team, but toward the end of the year and the last few weeks of the regular season and into the conference tournament, we were very, very good. And of course, if you play defense like that, you give yourselves a chance to win.
No doubt. I think young players should take what you just said to the bank, because as you said, if you defend every night, it's not going to make shots. But if you defend, you have a chance every night, no matter what you do. If you effort and defend, you have a chance at least.
Yeah, for sure. Because offense is really hard and challenging, and you're not always going to make shots. And when you play against teams that are long and athletic, those shots that are easy, sometimes they get a little bit difficult and challenging, and you need to be playing defense and doing all these little things on every possession, where even if they do score, that shot came from another foot or 2 feet out and it was contested, and that over the course of the game that your defense can wear down to a certain extent the offense and not give them anything easy.
I think that also what you just said, Coach, is showed in your record because you all had a great record in close games. And I know some of them you might probably feel you should have won, but most of them you did win. So talk about how that defense and how being had position of the detail will get you to win those close games. It helps you down the road on the back end.
Yeah, no, that's a great point. Well, I would point to our experience again. You know, we had an incredibly experienced point guard and center, and we were involved in a lot of close games. And you know, we especially early, we felt not that we were snake bit, but we felt like, boy, we need to pull some of these games out. And whether it's a break that doesn't go your way, or a call, or a shot that goes in and out, you still need to take control of that situation and try to be sure that you can win those games. And as the season went on, we got much better with that. And, we're able to really, you know, not put teams away necessarily, but just hold our line and be tough and come up with critical rebounds and make free throws, those kinds of things that really helped us win close games, which you have to do because, you know, there's so much parity in college basketball. You have to win those close games, or you have to win your share of close games in order to be really competitive and really good.
And going to 10-8 in the 18 is a great accomplishment to me. That's a tough league from top to bottom. It's no easy outs in that league. I mean, even the bottom got better this year. So talk about how the 18 has actually improved. And now you guys got Frank Martin now, you know, my SEC guy up there, you know, with his energy at UMass now.
Yeah, the league is just great. You know, there are great coaches. There's tremendous commitment. That's probably what I've seen change the most in my time in the Atlantic 10 is the level of commitment of all of the schools is really, really high. The facilities, the success of the coaches, the depth of how much they can recruit and how many people they can attack recruiting with, as well as game planning. Staffs are large and excellent. The commitment from the A-10 schools has been really high, and that shows. You know, not only do we win a lot of games in our non-conference schedule and beat Power 5 teams, but we have great games in the conference between, you know, really, really talented teams with great coaches.
And Coach, you also added some guys to your staff as well. Will moved up, and Peter's now joining you guys. You with other guys on your staff as well. Talk about how important it is to move guys up who worked hard for you on your staff and bringing in new blood as well to keep you all this train rolling you have up there in Richmond, man.
Yeah, you know, it's interesting. We made some moves, and over the course of time, we have promoted a fair amount in terms of when we bring guys in. You know, maybe they're in the director of basketball operations role, and then when an assistant spot becomes available, we promote. We've done that pretty often, and I always feel like it's important to know the culture and know the, you know, know the temperature of the athletic department you're in and the school you're at, and having an understanding of what you're trying to do and accomplish, and then get the opportunity to go and recruit. And we haven't always done that, but it's been something that's been pretty successful for us because it's a little bit like training. You know, the guys who are in the operations role or the video coordinator role, they're here. They're, in a way, they're experiencing some training, and then they're ready when the opportunity comes up for them to be assistants.
Most definitely, and I love it. I love seeing guys promote within. I love it because you put in that hard work and you get rewarded for it. So I love it. And you know, right now some workouts are going on. You know, you have some time with your guys. How's that been going so far? Because you and I both know this is a time where guys can get better on their own. Because come the fall, it's about the team. So how's that been going for you guys so far?
Yeah, it's been going great. We're already we have a pretty early calendar, so we're already on our 4th week of. We'll be here 10 weeks total. So we've been getting after it, and the weightlifting has been really good, and the conditioning, and then guys have been really good at getting them on their own. So as we're having workouts 3 or 4 days a week, they've also been getting in very much on their own, and you know, that's really how you get to be good. You know, it's one thing to be in there when the coach tells you, and to work on the thing the coach is working on you with, but when you can get in there on your own, and whether that's every day or 5-6 days a week, that's really how you're going to improve and get better. And we've had a pretty good culture of that here, and we feel like we still do with this group.
And Coach, well, let me ask you this, man. When you played ball in the '90s, to coach, get into coaching, how has the game changed from then to now? In your opinion, from going from player now to a coach, and the world as it's evolved from back to then to now?
Well, I would say one of the bigger things is, players have been empowered in a lot of ways, and they have, with their ability to transfer, with their ability to maybe make some money on the side. With how intense the recruiting is, the players are more aware of how much they're bringing to the school. And I think probably when I was in the '90s, when I was recruited and playing, there was a little bit more of the coach was a little bit more in charge, and the player was happy to be there to a certain degree. And now players have become empowered, which is a good thing. They recognize their value. Social media has had a big part in that players can see and feel how much of an impact they might be having, and therefore they can probably get a little bit more out of it in terms of name, image, and likeness, in terms of having the coach's attention because they might transfer or threaten to transfer, and they can get a lot of attention that way. So that would probably be the biggest thing to me, is how empowered the players have become.
Yeah, and I think also, Coach, I feel like relationship pieces is more important now, more than ever, because you have to really be connected to a guy. You can't kind of halfway do. You really got to have a guy's really to trust you, and you really actually got to really care, because I feel like this is one good thing about it for me, Coach, is guys have to really be real now. They can't be faking. You really got so if you fake, they'll just leave on you, and that part kind of hurts too, because I feel like you have some adversity, you should deal with it, not just run away from it when it happens as well. So, but I do feel like his relationship piece is going to be even more important now, more than ever.
Yeah, it definitely is. And I think, to be honest, that's something we've done at Richmond really well, is making sure that we have strong relationships with the guys, that we understand where they're coming from, or what they're going through, or what's going on in their lives at that particular time, because their parents have entrusted us to step in and be a big part of raising these guys and helping these guys, not only in basketball but off the court. And that really is really, really critical. And that's probably the best part of the job, is being able to be around young people who are so driven to be successful, and they want to be in the gym, they want to do well. They put in extra time. That's really a great part of that, because it keeps everybody on the staff. It keeps our energy going and our energy very high. And that's critically important, is the relationship that you have with the guys, their families. You don't want to cut off that relationship after they've come to you. You want to make sure that it continues to grow and is enhanced.
No doubt. Well, Coach, one more for you, man. So I know you're a busy man, but what you gonna do in your free time this summer, man, when you have some time to yourself and with you and the family, man?
Yeah, well, we'll see. So far, I'll tell you what, I've told a few people this. It's been a very busy time since the end of the season to now, with the transfer portal and hiring assistant coaches and, the different responsibilities that I have. So once we can get through summer school, then we're going to try to figure out where we can go and have some sunshine and some beach time to get away from it, and spend a lot of time with our two boys, and hopefully have a great time.
I hear that, Coach Mooney. Thank you for your time, man. I always cheer for you guys, man. I always enjoy our chats, man. And be safe, and hope to see you real soon, man.
Thank you very much. Appreciate you having me.
All right, be good now.
Thank you.